the height's a pretty big thing. And I was like, this one for you, Dad.
It's quite wonderful how some people can fall flat on their face and rise even taller than they've been before. My name is Sam. I have seen the darker sides of life and of myself.
Feel the pressure start to push up underneath my skin. Haters gonna hate, but this is just the way I am. Try to come against me, all you gotta say is win. Better not forget you're standing in the lion's den.
And in some strange way, the brightest parts of my life came as a direct result of those harder moments. I'm an ex-drag queen turned nude yoga teacher. I'm an addiction survivor, a reality TV star, and a queer person from a small town. Like everyone, I'm a bag of contradictions and nuance, always craving certainty and structure. But I kinda like myself now, and I finally really love my life. I've come to believe that there is immense healing power in sharing our stories and connecting with nature. So in this series, I will share the stories of extraordinary people with you. I will push them to their limits in daring adventures, and together we'll get to know their histories, minds, and hearts. Welcome to Wonder. Kogelberg Nature Reserve. One of the best preserved wilderness areas in South Africa. These dramatic landscapes are both beautiful and challenging. With steep mountains, dense vegetation, rare wildlife, unpredictable weather, and an epic sport climbing crag. Which is why we're here. My guest today is a boulderer with a fear of heights, and boy do I have a surprise for him.
What I've learned today, just how much our fears can become obstacles to enjoying what life has to offer.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Sam, hey.
Good, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good,
I'm ready.
we're heading up all the way there, and we've got 30 minutes to do that.
Okay.
Chaos is coming.
Great.
Chaos is coming down. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cool.
So do you come outdoors a lot, Gabe?
Yeah.
Is it cool if I call you Gabe?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Yeah. A friend recently said, Gabe loves the world, which I really liked. All of it. I think I feel things a lot. What pain I feel and what suffering I feel is, I feel it a lot. And I feel very good when I feel good. I wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit. I've never been someone who can mask how I'm actually feeling at that point, or wants to. Yeah, I don't have a dimmer switch. Since my 20s, after finishing university where I studied philosophy, I've been bouncing around various off-grid communities. I was building vegetable beds and making compost at that time. And in building these veg beds, I really enjoyed building the beds out of wood. And I came into a huge amount of wood because a big tree got cut on our land. And anyway, my girlfriend at the time got stoned and she just said, dude, you love working with your hands. Why don't you make the tables, sell the tables? And the next day I went to a secondhand market and bought some hand tools and started teaching myself woodwork from YouTube videos, all working with hand tools. I knew before that the work I did, I wanted to have some kind of physical embodying, presencing element. So I wanted my work to constantly bring me back to the hands. There's something about physical work that's important for me as a person.
So you studied philosophy, but didn't you write a thesis or something about something else?
Yes, that was much later.
Okay.
So after studying, I did this philosophy degree. I loved it. I was basically lucky. I didn't know what I'd get out of studying philosophy. But then after that, honestly, it was to get over a breakup that was fucking hard. Dude, it happens. And I remember picking rocks up off the road and putting them in a wheelbarrow, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like a wheelbarrow of rocks. That I was fucking happy doing this. That this felt good. You know, the 7 months in the Amazon during lockdown was a very interesting, life-changing experience. That was a really important experience in terms of community and living very fucking close to nature. Very fucking close to very fucking nature. for a very fucking long time. My life had changed. I slept in a hammock for like 8 months, you know, like, I don't know, it was a very different experience of being alive. And getting back from that, I wasn't used to sleeping in rooms or houses or anything. I wanted to live in nature. I didn't want the house. I wanted the tent. And now I'm normalizing back into the city. It's feeling comfortable again. But it took a long time for it to feel comfortable, the way everything operates on money out here. You know, it was a very, very small part of our lives. Other things were more important. It's about how are my relationships with the 5 people I fucking know? Where are we gonna shit? Oh fuck, we're sick again. Oh fuck, COVID.
What I find very interesting about you is that you thought about things, and then you discovered how much you like doing things, and then you started thinking about doing things again. And there's this interesting balance between mind and body in your life. Huh?
I hear you. I wrote a thesis on the importance of not thinking or using the written word.
I can't help but feel good. I can't help but feel fine. Everything is in its place and everything is mine. I can't help but feel good.
You ready, Gabe?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is in its place.
Yeah, I'm ready. Why are you laughing? The hardest part for me was walking around that corner and seeing the ropes there.
We're climbing this thing.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, dude.
This is it.
It's quite high.
Yeah, it is quite high.
Yeah, it's quite high. I love climbing, but the height's a pretty big thing for me, so.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also terrified of the heights, but we're gonna try,
Yeah.
and we're gonna fucking nail it.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Wow, I think we'll put you on the shorter route, but it is the harder route.
Okay.
And we are gonna go to the top.
Okay, let's do it.
But that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we got this.
Cool. You strike me as someone that's quite generous with your time. From what you just said, it sounds like you're not allowing others to do that for you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's a part at which you don't want to take up too much space. Or you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yes, okay.
But I want to hear you say it.
Okay.
I am scared of taking up space, and yet I feel pressure to stand out. Like I have to, if I'm gonna be taking up space, which we all do in any way, I'm gonna have to be really special and sparkly. Do you feel pressure to be special?
Yeah.
Do you think you're special?
Not if I don't try really hard.
Do you think your dad thought you were special?
Yeah. I do. Yeah, maybe somewhere there's this feeling that, yeah, you don't want other people to leave.
Yeah.
And I see there's this thing about really, really wanting to be liked.
It's weird that I miss you so much. You're still in the room. When the moment I'm chasing is already gone, you make something new. Don't play with me, play with me, play with me, 'cause you know that I sweat my nerve. Just stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, 'cause I don't wanna feel the burn.
Sweet babe Jesus, be with me. Fucking Jesus. Okay. Okay. Right, I'm gonna sit back, Jack. Okay, Gabe, you got this. Nice. Good footwork. Back to the left, there's chalk mark. Nice. Nice. Maybe get yourself a little bit higher so the rope gets tight. And then if you want, you can sit back and just feel the rope and feel the harness.
Hey, you ready for this?
Nice. Whoa.
I'm not dead. I told him it's just like listening to you. And then my body did it, so I'm used to that. And I'm not there.
Yes.
Then as I released, I was like, oh shit, why are you not going to die?
Have a look at the view. Fuck. What was your favorite thing about your dad?
Fuck, he was a lovely man. He really was. And there was just this thing that he had, which was a deep empathy for everyone, and especially his child. He was an idealist. He fought for what he believed was right, but he wasn't judgmental of people.
Oh, That's hard.
Yeah.
I'm fucking judgmental.
And I think that sensitivity, I think maybe he needed to medicate it somehow. And because of his circumstance, because of his life, alcohol was one of the ways that he dealt with it. Yeah. And that was his curse, that was his burden.
It sounds incredible.
Yeah, fuck he was. Yeah.
I haven't lost anyone very, very, very close to me except for grandparents. And in many ways, I feel much closer to my grandfather now than when he was alive. He never knew I never came out to him. After he died, my mum decided to tell my grandmother. And then my grandmother told me and my mum that before my grandfather died, he had 2 dreams left. One was to see my cousin get married, which he did. And the other one is for me to show my true self to them. So he fucking knew.
Ooh.
And
I got goosebumps there. That's beautiful.
in some ways, I feel like he knew me all along. So I now feel like I know him finally, and I get to, like, a lot of what I do is because I feel close to him when I do that. I didn't struggle as much with his death. I was able to accept it. We didn't live close to each other. We didn't see each other often. And we weren't even that close. As a child, we were close, but by the time I was old, I was in fuck up. So we weren't that close, and I could move on. I was. How did you make sense of that, and what advice do you have?
I remember snorkeling a little bit after he passed, which is an apex human experience. Going down into the things with your own lungs and your skin and the cold. It was almost like this felt like honoring the life my father gave and honoring him. To be in the midst of this beauty of where the fuck am I? There's kelp and sharks and wow. And I was like, wow, it almost felt like this one's for you, Dad. I think there's something about living the life that you still have that they don't.
So in a way, living is the antidote to death?
Okay, yeah, right.
Come on. There we go. Right.
Okay, me up.
Yes.
Okay. Sick. Yeah, okay.
How are you feeling?
This is fine. It's fine. It's a completely normal thing to do.
Check out straight up to the right. There's chalk, so it's quite high. You're going to have to step hard into your left foot.
High onto the there?
Bring your right foot up, actually.
Yeah. Right foot up.
Yeah, and then you should be able to reach the good bit to your right. A little bit higher. Yes.
Yes.
Sick. Nice.
Nice one, dude. This is very good, dude. This is very good. Oh. Growing up in Joburg, I was very outside of my body. Little Gabe is having a fucking nightmare. Parents are divorced. He's staying with his dad. He misses his mom. And little Gabe is having a fucking meltdown. And he goes to dad and he just literally stands next to him and just starts wailing, just standing there.
Oh.
Dad said, "What's wrong?" And Gabe says, "Everything. Fucking everything." I somehow at that point, as this little kid, I felt the full catastrophe of my own life at that moment. And it crushed me. And I didn't know what else to do. And I just stood next to this man I love very much and just started crying. And he was just like, okay, 1 hour a day, you do exercise. And he was like, I'm going to call the house every evening. And I'm going to check, have you done some exercise today? It took a while. It's a hard, fucking mad respect to anyone who starts that path who hasn't been on it.
So we said earlier about the tension or pressure that we feel to be really special and to stand out.
Yes.
And then there is the healthy activity building and like climbing and doing all the things.
Yeah. And like where this is going, but keep going. Why not now? This idea of embodiment and movement is a central pillar of my life.
Okay.
In these practices, there are times where I objectify myself. I want to become a better object. I want to be seen differently. And then there are times, like I had right now, where the verb of doing it becomes the centrality, becomes the thing, right? It's not about what this is doing to me. It's not about me becoming a more lovable person. It's about, oh my God, I fucking enjoy this.
Look at that.
What?
You. Losing a loved one can feel like a mountain just too steep to climb. And yet, it's something we all do. You're doing a thing. That is not a cramp. We discover the depth of our love and our strength. And even if we don't think we're special, we'll know how special it is to be alive. Yes! Have you ever faced a mountain in your life? Yes. Tell us in the comments, and if this moved you, subscribe to join us for more stories like Gabe's.
Yeah, man.
We did it!
For me, Sam was the orchestrator, all of it. And for him, at the start, to come to me and say, I'm also scared. Not only is this guy going to do it, but this was his idea.
That'll be great. Fine on the wall, but full here.
Yeah, it meant a lot for him to come and say, you know what, dude, I'm also scared. But let's do this.